episode is brought to you by GameFound. Create a free pledge manager for your project.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Zeke Garcia. What's happening?
I'm Mike Delisio. Welcome.
Wow, this has been this is a normal week for us in many ways.
Define normal, Tom.
Nope, it's been a normal week.
Okay.
And yet, it seems so busy.
This has been, it's felt busier than a normal week.
It's been a little, is this thing not, you've dealt with some of that, especially.
Yes.
It's a Kickstarter week, and as we talk about projects on Kickstarter and sometimes GameFound. I looked in GameFound, there was no projects currently running.
Okay.
We usually, almost always, look at projects that are ending in the next 8-9 days or so. If we miss it this week, hopefully we'll catch it next week. If we miss it and it was ending this week, it wasn't big enough to catch my attention, maybe? Or I
you
just
missed it. I mean,
Yeah,
these things do happen. This is not you're not promising to cover everything anyone might be interested in. It's just not going to happen.
It's an interesting week.
You're not. I'm confused. Mike, you're throwing me so many mixed messages.
Here's what I found interesting about this week when we look at these projects is most of them I didn't have any idea on when I went in and looked at them. Like usually I'm like, oh yeah, I heard of this one. This is a big one. Oh, I heard of this one.
That's true.
There was only one project that I had heard of outside of just floated to the ether. Most of these I didn't known about.
I think that's true. I think there was one, maybe two that I had heard about before. Yeah.
I feel like that way every week. I don't
Well,
know.
You need to be on the zeitgeist,
That's
man.
right. You need to get on
first of all,
the zeitgeist.
Don't tell me words I don't know. No, I'm kidding. I know it. I will say there were a lot of miniatures games this week.
It's
If you're a
miniature
miniatures
time.
gamer,
This is your week.
and somehow you're still looking for new games. I think miniature gamers they tend to get married to one miniatures
Right.
game, and that's your game.
Right.
But if you're on the prowl for a new one, there's some interesting stuff you might want to sink your teeth into.
Well, let's take a look. Here we go. All right, Adele. Or is it Adele?
No, it is definitely Adele.
think it's Adele, yeah.
They say Adele.
Oh, okay. I want to sing here. But anyway,
Do
a
it.
space horror board game.
I want to hear you.
A claustrophobic space terror game as opposed to the
The wide open.
wide open.
Well, if you're
I get that
floating
they're saying
through
that, right?
space,
Yeah.
would that feel claustrophobic if you're floating through space?
You're going to be in a space suit.
Good call. There it is. That's the answer. That's why you keep them around.
That's right.
Is this a new
I'm
thing
gonna
that's on
leave
the
on a
top
high
of
note.
every Kickstarter? Have I not seen this before?
Yeah, no, this is a new thing this week. I've noticed.
I saw it cross my screen on Board Game Geek, and it caught my eye immediately because it has a very striking look. The game, I don't know if it's going to be any good or not. I can't quite put my finger on it. DMZ doesn't. I've played a few of their games.
I
haven't
really like
played
that
anything.
picture.
I haven't played anything from them that I'm like, this is a great game.
Right.
I haven't played anything like that. But this is a great looking game. I love the theme.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a rogue AI and you trying to survive on this derelict spaceship. So yeah, I really want this one to be good. I'm loving everything about it.
Here's ROM in it. One versus all. There's so few
Sure.
games that do that now.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
almost always all cooperative. Let's fight against this.
Right.
I want to be the evil AI and go.
I think this has a cooperative variant. Just to be
when you
clear.
said that, I was like, wait, that's the variant, I think,
Yeah.
possibly.
I don't think so. It says it's a one against many.
No, you also can play it solo and cooperative. So
No, I get that you can also do it.
Yeah,
but
yeah. No, I think the main mode is one versus many. The thing that's interesting is that when I think this theme, first of all, it's not really an overdone theme. Space horror, there's not a lot. The
Nemesis.
first one that jumps to my mind is Nemesis, but this looks significantly different. Even though you're on a spaceship, this gives me a very different feel. Nemesis is much more of an experiential, kind of more, Ameritrash.
And it's
This
almost
looks more
always,
Euro.
They
all
are
these
really-
sci-fi things are almost always like monsters that
Right.
are on your spaceship.
Right.
This is not that. This is the, it's sort of the scientific horror of
Sure.
like, AI has gone rogue, we've gone too far.
Right.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
this game must already be in production.
I saw this when I saw it on Board Game
yeah.
Geek. I forget if I brought it up to you guys. I was like, this is extremely optimistic.
Yeah.
They're saying, if
That's
you
right,
back
we did
it,
talk
you'll get
about
it.
that.
Yeah, you'll get it
Now
in like
this
a
is
few months.
this is more than optimistic.
Yeah,
this is July. The pledge manager opens. That's next month,
That means
right?
they
And
have
then
to be
2
done.
months later, September. No way. It's got to be done already now.
And if it's not, then that
Or under
is
production.
not going to
Yeah.
probably.
They send you the files, and you print it,
Correct.
the whole thing. You know,
It's a print and play.
It's a 3D printed game.
I hope it's good.
Yeah, no,
Looks
I do
good.
too. I do too. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, me too, because of the company, actually.
Also, cautiously optimistic. Euborea, spell,
What's that
axe,
say?
and loot.
In those letters right there.
It says Euborea.
I see Euborix.
I see Euborix as well. Yeah.
Maybe even Fuborix.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a great font.
No.
But
do not take Euborix on a full stomach, by the way, Z. It really can cause you some issues.
Side effects include not being able to read.
I'm trying to remember why I put this on the list.
me too.
Because it's a game. That's
Me too.
about it, Tom.
No, I don't have a problem. I mean, it's.
I have various problems.
well,
Let's
yes.
hear them. Let's start. Alphabetical order. Go.
I want to see what other ones he's done. Go ahead.
Acne.
Oh, you meant not your problems.
Oh.
Oh,
This
we got
is
a
the
whole lot
third time.
Wow.
Yeah, but they're clearly different. No, wait, I can't tell the difference at all.
That is. Don't be a.
So here's the thing. I watched the video, and it was clearly, English is not the first language.
It's a German game.
I don't have a problem with that.
No. I'm just saying, even taking that out of the equation is what
Yeah.
I'm getting at.
Yeah.
It did not look terribly engaging to me. It looked very, very kind of by the numbers, if that makes sense.
I mean, it's a German game. I can see
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
The look. I'm not a big fan of the way the artwork and sort of just the general look of the game
Almost looks
comes
like an
across.
old Richard Brees game.
It looks like
looks
an old
old.
game. It just comes across and feels old. Mm-hmm. It reminds me of that Adventuria game, which is also a German game. Very similar theme and setting because it's, again, fantasy.
Sure.
That game has very good artwork, and that's also a translated German game.
Yeah.
I think what might help here is if this game is good, and I don't know if it is or not, if it's a good game, he might consider, if this one doesn't succeed, go find a publisher, give it that overlay.
Get it some new graphic design. The cards are not very attractive. There's some issues.
All right, Uncle Lucky's Discount Dice. Now, I saw this one weeks ago. Cracked me up when it first came. Because basically they're saying, we got some garbage dice. You want some?
It's 50% garbage, right? Like these,
More, right? It was more than that. It's a lot. It was a lot of basically recycled plastic.
Right. Which, I got to say, I don't hate the idea. I like the fact that they're being very tongue-in-cheek. Like, they know that what they're doing is, silly.
Sure, but who made... I really... you talk about a lot of dice. I hate this font so much.
It's not a
That
good
looks
look.
like someone drew numbers on a die.
Correct.
Yeah, right. That's
Yeah,
what they're
yeah.
going for.
Yeah, I think, they're going for that one.
And then they got these cheating dice, which I would love, because I would love to throw them in the game just for silliness. Like, wait, I keep rolling 20s. But again, I can't mix these with anything because they look like I drew the numbers on.
Sure.
They look like I'm cheating.
But Uncle Lucky, how? Well, it's simple. We recycle a bunch of stuff, cut it off. We can't show you how we melt the plastic.
100%
dice.
certified American-sourced refuse to fill half the volume of our dice. So 50%
Refuse
trash
is the nicest word ever,
for
actually.
trash.
I would have actually backed this because I thought the whole thing was funny.
Yeah.
Except I can't stand that font. If they just used a better font.
The names of the dice are funny too. Subpoena Brown,
Snack Grab.
Snap Rack.
Yeah, I like how it looks like there's trash in them. Although,
yeah.
I think it's hilarious. They clearly put a filter on these dice.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the exact same pictures.
Right.
Yeah.
Pink slip. That's pretty.
I do like some of these colors, assuming
Yeah.
they look anything like that when they're final. But
Right.
yeah, these are okay. I don't
yeah.
hate this.
Yeah,
It's just. I like that it's not the same thing that you feel like you're being sold an Apple product,
Right.
where they show you one die and it slowly rotates and it closes in, and you see like a bead of sweat roll down its side, and you're like, oof, these dice.
Yeah.
$40 is such a good price for this one die made out of the bone of a whale that died 100 years ago. It's like, what is this?
Now, Uncle
it's just
Lucky
a
is
die.
that guy
It's
at the convention
it's
in the
plastic.
corner.
That's right.
He's
We
like, you want a
melted it,
dice?
made it.
Right.
We got buckets of dice.
That's right.
Here, buy a bucket of dice. Here's a free cup of extra dice. That's that guy. That's
him.
him.
I'm okay with that dude. I like that guy.
And when they ship it to you, it's in actual trash. They actually just ship the dice in trash.
I would be okay with that.
That'd be
Okay.
fantastic.
Let's move on. Buru. Another not great font on the cover.
It's except that from what they said in the video, this was done by an artist from that culture. Was it Indonesian? Do you remember?
Oh, I think so.
No, I'm not.
So.
I
That's what
like
I'm
the
saying
art.
is maybe
I don't know that I like the font.
But maybe that font is, culturally appropriate. I don't know. Z, you were talking about this video. This is one of the best looking videos.
Did you see it?
I did, yes.
Crafty
This
Games.
is a
Those are the guys who did
gorgeously produced video.
It is. It really
Are
is.
these the guys who
Wow.
did Vengeance?
No, that was
No,
Mighty
Crafty,
Boards.
no.
Yeah, Mighty Boards did.
Mighty Boards.
Yeah.
So what is Crafty? Oh, I guess I could just look.
5 created. I'm
Don't
not
look.
sure
Do not
I'm
look.
familiar. Dollars to Donuts.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, they made that. Oh, I know what Crafty Games is. They made those Mistborn metal dice. They have done more books. And I think when I
Okay.
see their booth at a convention, it's usually RPG stuff. That's what it is.
Okay.
I
Right.
do like the Mistborn game. It's not bad.
Yeah,
Dollars
this,
to Donuts was okay.
I'm wondering, did they do that one or did they bring it over to? I don't know. I'm not sure, but I don't know. This looks kind of like it looks
This
abstract,
but it looks.
but it looks beautiful.
I really like the look of
mean,
that cover, though. Again,
gorgeous.
The font looks better up close,
Sure.
right? But man, I like the art, and I like the look of the whole game.
And I
Yeah.
like the, put down your different variable point values to get influence in
Right.
the
Yeah.
section.
It seems very sort of Aladdin's Dragons
Yeah,
or whatever. right?
yeah. I think this looks pretty good, honestly.
All right,
I hope it
I'm
is.
coming around on the font. Maybe it's not. Maybe that was my first look at it, but
Sure.
Yeah. This looks nice.
the
It's a
cover's
very
colorful. I like
It
that.
It's a very attractive game. I like that this is a really neat setting, and it seems like they've invested some time into,
they say who the
at least
designer
putting
was?
some artwork on there that puts you in that world.
Yeah.
This looks good.
I agree.
Did they say who the designer was?
I believe it is someone by the name of Rainer Canacia or something like that.
I'm not sure. I do believe that they've got some guest designers to be involved with it, though, as well, like maybe to do little modules.
Really?
It's like Johnny Pack, I think, does a little module
You
for
love
it.
Johnny Pack.
I've been
Here it is.
pretty
Oh,
happy
Stephen
with-
Wren.
Oh, okay.
Stephen Wren is.
Yeah, you should
Look at this.
definitely safely do this. Yeah, great. Brave man, Tom.
You are much braver than me.
Why do I know that name?
You don't.
You just made it up, Don.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
It's a pseudonym for Rainer Knizia.
All right.
No.
Bruno Catala.
Ah. Buru Katala. Yeah, no, I think it looks good. I'm hoping it's good.
I guess I should go back here.
Not don't worry about
I
it.
don't know what's going on. We've fallen down a wormhole.
Buru. Now, Quest. Heroes of Sorcado.
Oh boy.
No, here's the thing. This one needed to make 24,000, which means each person here again paid $100.
Yeah.
On average.
They need 21,000.
You know what
they
I
made
thought of this
24.
as I kept going deeper and deeper into it? Mm-hmm. I kept thinking to myself, if I was asked, hey, you're always complaining about generic-looking fantasy games. Why don't you make one just as a gag or like as a proof of concept?
Right.
This might be pretty close to what I put together.
Okay.
I really don't like those miniatures.
You know what I
don't think
mean?
they
Like
look good.
everything about this screams generic fantasy to me. Again,
Sure.
you have to understand I'm not a big fan of this theme, and I do think there are too many. If you disagree, by all means, then you know.
I am a big fan of this theme, and I think it's very generic. I also don't like the minis.
That
and
font is so trite. I mean, really? Also,
Yeah,
your
it's pretty
shadow
bad.
placement, you went a little far with that. No, I'm not loving on this,
No,
man.
I'm not
Nothing
either.
about this is singing to me.
No.
All right, moving on.
Oof.
Proliferation, the game of nuclear strategy. There was the old game. It was it just called
Nuclear War.
Nuclear War, right?
Yeah.
This
Gosh.
really feels like they're trying to find the people who
does.
like that.
I'm telling
I'm
you,
not a
bro.
huge fan of this theme. Like, ooh, I'm nuking stuff.
I don't like the theme, and it just, it doesn't, to me, look like a finished product. It looks still like a prototype.
It's doing pretty well, though.
What is $200 for what?
This is not a $200 game. Come on.
No, I think it's that you're paying for those really expensive dice.
Yeah, but it's still that game.
Right. That's what I'm getting at. It just doesn't look like there's a whole lot of game there.
600 cards! If you stare at that and cross your eyes, it's 3D.
Yeah. It just this does not appeal to me at all. First of all, the theme is not necessarily. If you're going to do this theme, it's first of all a very touchy theme, right? So something like Manhattan Project kind of pulled it off because it was adjacent to that theme in a sense, right?
And it's also historically based.
Correct.
It's about this event,
right?
And there's none of this and now you play a card that says roll a die and nuke all your neighbors. There's none of that stuff.
Right.
This is tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
It very much feels like Nuclear War, the card game.
Right.
Which is extremely tired and worn out and definitely feels like an old design today.
It does.
So, bringing it back to life in some sort of spiritual way here isn't really making a lot of sense to us, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not loving this now.
No.
Alrighty. Next, we have Moonstone Fantasy Skirmish Game The Arising. Now, you were talking about generic fantasy. That's a generic fantasy name.
It is. But
Moonstone
the
Fantasy.
artwork is pretty good, which does help. And this is a miniatures game, by the way. I like the logo. That logo right there, Moonstone. Go back down. The other way. There you go.
Do you like that?
I do.
I'm okay with it.
It looks like it's wood, like sort of vines or wood, and then the T and the N are holding that stone in place with like a vine.
Yeah.
That's nicely done. Whoever designed that is a good illustrator.
I like that it's a little more cheerful looking than most fantasy games.
Let me ask you guys this, because you've already mentioned that there's going to be a couple of these minis types of games this week. Do you think, because I'm not a big minis player, do you think that the appeal of these games are more about just literally the physical components, the minis, or is it the rule set? Because how different really are the rule sets between these games?
No.
Again, this is coming from some ignorance.
No.
They can be very different.
Yeah,
like
they're
board
very,
games
very
can be very different.
Are
But
they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. But
There's also people like building armies in these.
Sure.
They like trying to find a combo that works together. It's like building a deck in Magic.
And I imagine the setting would be a big difference too, because we're going to be looking at a space one later, not to spoil too much. But yeah, I think if you were like into this more of like a nature-y forest type of a thing, or spirit, this looks like magical.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I don't think that this feels like generic fantasy.
Right. Yeah, this is more like a magical, nature-y.
This almost feels like it's happening in my backyard.
Yeah, right. So
I
it's
like
like
the theme.
fairies and little critters that live outside just behind your house in the forest.
Yeah.
And they come out during the morning to collect these moonstones that sort of came out of the ground at night or something.
Okay.
It's cute. I also, if I was a painter of miniatures, I would be attracted to this. I think they're very neat little miniatures that look different from the average miniature.
Yeah, I think if I were to play one of these games, it would be based on theme, because this is an appealing theme to me.
Yeah.
There was also one, this Badgers and Burrows, I think, that Dan...
Dungeons and Dragons.
No. It was...
Tunnels and Trolls.
No, Dan, who's actually in the chat, he kind of told me about it. And it was a neat, almost like an Everdell type of a world, but a miniatures game.
Okay.
Sure.
So,
And this feels like that a little bit.
Yeah.
Rune Write. A game with roll and write mechanics, combining symbols and throwing runes.
Oh, it's a roll and write. I wouldn't have gotten that from Rune Write.
Yes.
I don't know why I put this
You
one on
like
there.
the runes, right?
I like how they look.
Yeah.
But we have that rune game, Adventure.
Yes, I was just thinking, what is that called? Something to Adventure.
Call to Adventure.
Call to Adventure.
I like Call to Adventure a lot, but in that game you throw runes.
Yes, you do.
And I'm not a big fan of the whole flip a coin, a bunch of coins, because you have to kind of, it's not easy to do. You have to kind of throw them high up or they don't flip.
I like that.
There's not a rune tower.
I like the physicality of
Burrows and Badgers.
of throwing runes or like tossing the witch's bones. You know what I mean? I like that. This game doesn't seem that good. In fact, I watched I could so not put my finger on it that I had to watch the how to play.
Okay.
Which I watched, and it feels like another roll and write. You know what I mean?
Just with two-sided dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with all this symbology, and there's also you're sketching the runes in the little circles. Mm-hmm. I don't like those. I don't like games that make you draw a lot. Not just like lines and crosses and check marks, but actual
I like
sketching.
that, but I don't like that cover. If I saw that cover in the store, I'd say, "Oh, kids, we stay away from that. That looks like an 18+ cover, blood."
I dislike the cover. I don't like the actual artwork in the game.
It's a little drab.
I think that's what it is. It just looks a little flat and drab, and a little injection of color wouldn't hurt what you're going for. Mm-hmm. Do you like the title, Tom? Rune Write.
No, but I don't like those. I'm getting tired of these pun titles.
You don't like the punny titles?
I do not, and you're trying to think of one quick as a response. All right.
What? Don't tell me what I'm thinking.
Flex NBA, an AR board game that brings pro sports to life. This one's doing very well, and again, this is another one where the people per backer is quite high.
So here's my thing about this. You're saying it's doing very well, and it is. I'm trying to imagine, how they came with such a low funding goal, because they got the NBA license and the NBA Players Association, 2 separate licenses.
Right.
That could not have been
not
cheap.
A cheap license.
That could not have been cheap, and you've got AR on top of it.
Is
the technology.
Is this real?
Well, I mean, it's obviously a proof of concept. They've shown prototype stuff, and I will say, I think that the art, the player art, looks really nice.
It does look
it's
good.
not just a picture of the player; it's some nice stylized art. I couldn't get any sense for what the game is. My fear is that the game is in the list of priorities that was in this project. Gameplay was at the very bottom, right?
I could see that.
No, I agree, and I'm out straight up. Not basketball. I'm fine with the basketball. Yeah. AR to me is a technology that is not yet to any point that I'm interested in. Every time I played an AR game, I'm either just playing a video game on my thing here with occasional pictures, or it just doesn't work well. It doesn't feel real. Like, ooh, look, there's a dragon sitting there. But also I can see above the camera and see that there's clearly not a dragon there.
Right.
It's like a gimmick without any substance.
You can't suspend your disbelief.
Yeah,
I really can't.
Yeah.
Now, if I was wearing goggles, maybe,
right.
Sure, that would be neat.
Well, you can get those goggles that you slide your phone into.
Yeah.
We've done that.
Out of cardboard.
And I threw them across the room because I watched a horror thing and it was scary.
Well, you got to get some NBA Flex or Flex NBA.
That's right.
This originally was going to be a roll and write called Ball and Write.
I had a different title I'm not going to say.
All right, let's go to Outward Realms, another miniature game.
This was the space one. Yeah. And again, they show you professionally painted minis, and they look amazing.
Those are really great.
They look amazing. And so if you like this theme, sure. I mean, and you like miniatures games, why not? I mean, I think that they look terrific. And you
have to put these together, though, right? I'm assuming.
I would assume so.
Probably,
most
right?
minis, don't you put together most minis for miniatures
Nowadays,
games?
it's kind of all over the place. But those models are either 3D render. I'm assuming
they're
3D rendered.
clearly
Those are rendered for sure.
So they're not showing us what a model looks like, so I can't tell if it's on sprues
in the
or
video, I think they. Oh, right, exactly. I was saying that they did have some professionally painted ones that looked lovely. But
sure, they're painted, but again, I can't.
Sure, no, I agree. I don't know if they're. Oh, here we go. What's inside? Do they show you on sprues or anything?
No, they're just showing you again the 3D renders.
Yeah, these are all definitely renders. I do wish they would have just taken some pictures.
Yeah, I agree.
I like the other one way better, I got to tell you.
Yeah, no, I do
Of the two minis games, I'm not a miniatures gamer, but if I had to pick one of the ones we'll see today, there might be one more, I forget. The first one we saw with that
Moonstone.
Very cute setting, earthy and just sort of magical in a different way. Yeah.
Also, this just keeps going on and on and on.
Here's another problem I have with these minis is that they don't seem awfully detailed.
They're not. No.
Maybe they're very tiny.
They've got that look of Overwatch. That kind of, you know what I mean?
The clean look.
Yeah.
Very.
But
Halo,
a bug shouldn't look like
Overwatch,
that.
yeah.
Like here, like this creature, I should see a little bit of detail. There's a tiny bit here on the legs.
Yeah.
But not necessarily anywhere else.
Yeah, I guess, but at least, I mean, I have a feeling if those were painted well, they would still look great.
Another thing is they keep showing you everyone, and they keep showing the same picture here. Tokens and unit cards included.
That's what I'm saying.
I got it. You don't need to keep telling me that.
It is their first created project, so yeah,
here they are. They're painted.
Yeah, those look pretty slick.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's a miniatures game, so we're probably not in anyway. But yeah, I would buy those painted miniatures.
Look at that. Look at the. You got a lizard man right there. I like that.
Lizard man.
Correct.
Well, actually, is the next game, the game of nerdy corrections. So this is based on College Humor, a website that is. I've occasionally thought some of their videos are funny.
Yes.
And the vast majority, I say, that's for a different age group than me.
Right.
Sure.
I was
when I first looked at this, I was very put off. I'm like, oh, God, this sounds awful. I watched the video, and it was actually, I was like, oh, this looks like it could be a fun party game.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't look bad. I even like the whole concept of you say something incorrect and you have to correct it. Well, actually, you know what I mean? I think that's a cute, it could get old, and I feel like it's something that would definitely would wear out its welcome after a period of time. But
it's crazy because I actually know Spider-Man.
Right.
This story about Spider-Man, blah, 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 I would have thought everything they said was true.
Right.
And, Peter wasn't in a coma.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I guess he wasn't. But that's such a minor thing.
Is. Yeah. Well, this is definitely leaning into, nerd culture and so.
I mean, they're making a lot of money based on the fact that this is based on a game show, right?
Sure.
This is a YouTube thing. This looks good. It looks fine. It's well produced. I really like they said in the video. The guy said, we've never made a board game, so we didn't try to make one. We went to people who have.
Right.
Wiggles 3D is definitely known for party games.
Very good.
And stuff.
5-minute dungeon, then all those games.
Yep.
So they went to them to make a game. Fantastic move. That's how you do it.
Right, I agree with
So,
Mike, I bought that for you just as a heads up.
I'm thrilled.
$500. I could have given you $500.
I like how it's like
not thrilled.
I do like the idea of it being slightly wrong.
That's
pretty cool.
pretty cute. Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
I haven't actually watched this game show on their thing, but maybe I will go watch it at some point because I like that. I like the concept.
Yeah.
You'll probably be like, well, actually.
All right, Pilfering Pandas. Which I really feel like they started with the name here. But
yeah, sure.
A competitive cooperative or solo game. Yeah. What? Don't put that in the title. I'm already out.
Well, supposedly, this was based off of an old, established, kind of a classic card game that they've changed up a little bit. This one is also somewhat bulletproof if you watch the video.
I have, and this is also... I've met that lady at a convention.
Okay.
Because they are...
Oh, hang on. I
that's the couple that Ren Games. They are the couple that has made a little solitaire game called Assembly.
Oh,
I don't know if you've seen that.
It's
It's also a 2-player game.
Yeah.
Wait, did we just talk about this yesterday?
I know. This is just a coincidence because Assembly happened to be on my mind yesterday. But
I do love the art.
I think the art
I like that a lot.
The art is great.
Look, there's a couple of things that I like about this, okay? One, it's very, very tiny. It's a couple of people making a game. They've made like 1 or 2 games before.
Yep.
And you get that feeling from the video. Yet this website, this page is well put together.
It is.
So kudos there. Second thing, you can play this game right now. They have an app that, while technically in beta, you can download freely and play the game. And it's going to be free while the campaign is running. You can download and play the game.
Yeah, that's great.
How many games let you do that?
No.
You know, they went above and beyond.
This is not an infomercial, Mike.
Hey, Tom, how many times has this happened to you?
Yeah.
I'm not hating on this. I like it, I think this is cute.
It is cute.
I don't know if the game's going to be good. I really don't.
Yeah.
But you know what? I probably will download this and try it.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's clearly a passion project, and this again, we've maybe over mentioned this, but this is kind of what Kickstarter is really about, right?
Yeah.
I
don't want to lose this. I don't want to lose this from Kickstarter.
I agree.
I don't want it to just be big companies who want to get paid early instead of later.
Yeah.
I want it to be this kind of thing too.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. I want those. I don't normally want pin badges. Those are good pins.
Yeah.
That artwork, that sort of, I don't know what you call it.
It's like the origami art almost.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I like
but that red panda,
it's cute.
I'd put that on my hat. That looks good.
Yep. You might get Liz Davidson mad at you though.
I don't care. She don't own the panda. All right, another miniature.
She don't own the panda. Tom Vassell.
All right.
I'm getting that on a shirt.
Eldfall Chronicles, another miniatures game. And another one where you can play against each other in co-op.
Doing very well.
Oh, well,
too.
but yeah, but this one's...
Eldfall
This
Chronicles.
is their first one. Now, I like the idea of this until it gets down to it's
I got that
tabletop
far.
skirmish.
I will admit I got that far. I looked at that picture. I'm like, okay, I got it.
Hey,
I'm just not a huge fan of having to measure how far you move stuff.
I thought that was pretty much
like
all miniatures.
That's all
spaces.
minis. All three we've seen will have that.
Yeah.
Are we going to get to the actual game? There we go.
No.
It looks cool. I'm sure we're going to see this at a convention at some point. When we go to them.
Colossus.
Look at that. It's
That's a cool model.
It is so large.
It's 102 millimeters.
Like this
Well, you
high?
couldn't just round it down?
Put that in American for me. What is that?
Large. No, I like the other two. Well, no, I like the first one, and then this, and then the robot
And then
one.
the robot one? Yeah, probably. This, I like the cover. I will say that. I think the cover is nice.
There's a lot of good artwork in here.
Yeah, there is some nice looking artwork. It's a nicely produced page. Are you still trying to...
Yeah.
You're
No,
looking at
it's not. What are you doing? Not centimeters, millimeters. Yeah, it looks...
millimeters are the big ones.
That's the feet. That's like analogous to feet.
But this guy, who's apparently, I think they're
Version
married.
2 Colossus.
I think they're married. This one's 140
I don't
millimeters.
understand what's happening with those.
They're standing up as tall as they can because it scares the enemy.
But it is...
You're asking
His
what
neck
is it?
is an entire body. I don't understand the scale here.
That is
No,
some sort of centaur.
It looks like it has the body of a lion, and then the body's neck is the guy's torso.
Right.
Yeah, centaur.
Stop thinking anymore. You're going to start thinking about digestive systems, and
I'm
it's just going to
very,
get
very
problematic.
confused.
Like, how does that guy's mouth eat enough to feed that body?
I am very confused.
That's what you think about?
Let's
You
move
must be
on.
on a diet.
Keystone North America. All right. Now this one is a brand new company, right? This is Isaac
Yes.
Vega's new company.
Rose Gauntlet, yeah.
Rose Gauntlet.
Yes.
They announced this a while
Not
ago.
just him, though.
No.
Lindsay Road.
Yes.
Lindsay Road.
I'm super
Yeah.
I
This
like
is
Lindsay.
this is the one that I had heard of before this week. I had heard about this.
Right, yeah. Well, I'd heard of this and Adele. I think that's it.
Oh, okay.
You're right. This is not the one I heard of, but this is another one I've heard of that I wasn't thinking of.
Yes.
This looks very different, obviously, than Parks, but I
Yes.
feel like they're in that same kind of bucket.
Sure.
This theme is very popular right now.
Yes.
Well,
it
and
is.
there's other ones. There's, Cascadia's coming out soon that's very similar to this. There's,
Great art, by the way.
Yeah, there are a lot of these. If you're going to maybe oversaturate, I don't hate oversaturating with some, really nice art, some kind of
Lovely
nature.
themes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're-
and plus the artwork in this in these games seems to be really good across the board.
Terrific. Yeah, you're right. It's I don't know what it is, but you're right. These
There's
nature-based
good
games
artists
are gorgeous.
who already were doing this, I
Maybe
think.
so. And the gameplay, I think, is pretty interesting to me.
I love those player boards.
Yeah, it's pretty
Now,
slick.
that's where I might differ with you, Mike. I think the little bit of gameplay I sort of was able to grasp from it, I wasn't that thrilled by.
I like pattern kind of pattern recognition type games. And
Isn't
so
this a
has little
welcoming
bit of
game,
pattern
though,
building.
essentially?
Pattern building, maybe.
Isn't this a welcoming game to some degree?
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
I think so. I'm not as big a fan of that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that.
Sure.
Like, make this shape somewhere. On
Right,
your,
right,
it's
right.
like,
Yeah.
we've done that quite a bit, so...
Yeah, I do like
But I might really like this. I like the theme. I like the look. I'm just hoping that the game doesn't feel, to me personally, by the numbers.
Yeah, I also appreciate they if for solo gamers they put a big effort into that with a whole campaign book and
All right,
cares. No one
guess secret
cares about
species number 12. This species was once brought to the brink of extinction in the early 1900s, but due to conservation efforts, their numbers have significantly recovered.
Okay, this species was once brought to the brink of extinction, early 1900s.
Does it work better when he says it? I mean,
Well, he's
But
thinking.
due to conservation efforts,
okay, I'm going to guess the
But something
American
that's been
buffalo.
That's not a bad guess.
that's actually quite a good guess.
Yeah.
Buffalo was
anything-
definitely close to extinction.
Anything that's been hunted quite extensively.
Yes.
Weren't wolves pretty low at one point, too?
Wolves were, so were panthers, but I think panthers are still.
Yeah, panthers are still
Panthers
not
are
bad.
endangered.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think, but the buffalo is on the cover.
We'll never
isn't it?
know. That's secret species number 12.
I'm going to go with
When did they unlock that?
humans.
They are the most dangerous game.
All right. Space Kraken!
Yes!
Space
Kraken!
A sci-fi dungeon crawler like you've never played before. I don't think I would put that in the title
This
because
is my favorite theme.
Oh, somebody guessed Bald Eagle.
Bald Eagle.
That's a good guess, too.
Okay, and somebody said rhinos.
Yeah, true. I was actually being very Americentric.
Yeah.
There's probably.
Well, it is North
Well,
America.
I was thinking.
It's Keystone North America.
Then rhinos are out. I killed a rhino.
Right.
Get out of the zoo.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
How about a Kraken? Could it be a Kraken? Because I know
Anyway,
they were heavily hunted in the
Once
early
again, we
1900s.
use this buzzword now, roguelike.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna start a new podcast. It's a roguelike podcast.
Yes.
Just, I'm sure this is fine.
I'm going to start a
Are you?
podcast called Podlike.
I'm also excited about this one because it has a CGM encrypted game master. But again, I like the idea.
That's a dork.
No, but I like the idea of the one versus all. I'm just a huge fan of that.
Yeah.
Look, I will say, guys, seriously, if you watch the video,
I did.
I think you'll agree with me. This is the best theme.
It's a fantastic. It's a
It's
fantastic
basically
theme.
humanity
Right.
creates this engineered Kraken
To clean
the oceans
Trash.
of pollution, right? In some military encounter,
Right.
they mistakenly attack this creature,
Right.
and then that creature loses it,
Destroys
the Earth. Humanity leaves the Earth.
Right.
The Kraken is able to
Mutate.
escape the planet,
Right.
and now it's what you would call a space Kraken.
That is brilliant.
When's the movie coming out?
That's
I would
right.
actually
Somebody
watch.
call Michael Bay and be like, we know you're not doing anything. Put down the robot toys, make Space Kraken.
That's right.
I really like the idea of this a lot. I really hope this is good. The roguelike thing, just from looking at it, it looks like it might be better as an app or a video
The
game.
game looks like trash.
It looks heavily.
I just like the theme.
It looks heavily RPG. Like it's this book that has like these nesting pages
was
and a
cool.
lot of tables and charts, and I do think this is much more of a RPG-ish experience.
I think so too.
Yeah.
This is something you want to dig deep into, and
Oh, there is a digital edition.
it's sort of like just I don't know. It almost seemed like those solve a murder
Yeah,
that you
right.
get in the mail.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause it was like open these, and now these little pages can
Right.
be turned. I was like, oh, that's not what I expected.
No, not at all.
So this isn't quite for me, I think, but
Yeah.
it's a great theme. Seems very different
Yeah.
from everything else we're looking at this week.
Fair.
So yeah, cool. Do it.
I might back this.
You gotta get it. You have to get it.
Make
Space
it happen.
Kraken.
In space, no one can hear you. Kraken.
Also, Murder Bunnies, the killer card game.
Next.
Listen, there already is a game called Killer Bunnies. Did they not look that up?
And there's also a game called Murder Rabbits.
Is there?
No. This is
That's coming to Kickstarter.
No, but seriously,
soon.
awful.
Mike and I are making that next week.
Listen, Killer Bunnies is really, really popular.
Yes.
There's a lot. It feels, this Murder Bunnies thing feels like, did they not look that up, though, at least? And I would change it.
Seems like they I don't know. I mean, in the video, the guy who makes this says he is a video game designer. He's made apps.
Right. This just looks terrible.
So, this is something they came up, this couple came up with this. It's a 2-player game only. Wait, go back up. Is that word session had 3 S's in it? Keep
Where?
going up. Yes.
Here's it done.
Okay.
Play session.
Okay, let's get along.
Anyway, no, this doesn't look good. I'm sorry. This is there might be a crowd for this. I'm definitely not it.
This don't look good.
All right, move
No,
on.
it does not. It does not look good.
All right, this is our last
Speaking of robot
board
minis,
game thing. Okay, this is a big Kickstarter comparatively. I think these are, not think, I know, they're pre-painted miniatures. Robot Quest Arena, which looks like, oh, what a cute game, but it looks like it's more than that. It definitely has an anime theme to it.
Yeah. I got to tell you, I was actually pretty excited after I saw this. I thought it was going to be like a programming game, which I don't usually love programming games, but it's really just a deck builder where, normally when you fight in a deck builder, it's just abstracted into cards, right?
Yeah.
This is basically doing that and adding a physical component with these toys.
I really like this.
They
These
look
booster
great.
packs.
Yeah.
If I owned this game, I'd sit there and go, gotta get them all.
Yeah,
That's cool.
You
That way.
have to. They are knocking it out of the park.
I mean, this has
with
obviously a massissive toy factor, right? But it
This has
looks
a
great.
Serious mass appeal.
But it also has a strong company behind it. Wise Wizards.
They know how to make
They know how to make a deck building game, boy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This seems like an extremely well put together project.
I
am impressed. The game looks approachable, cutesy, but some of that sort of silly meanness. Those booster packs. I'm sorry, that right there, brilliant.
Yeah, it is.
This is gonna do gangbusters, I think.
My kids are gonna like this. I think.
Oh, sure, right?
Because this is right up their alley. Like, oh, this,
And the toy factor, the collectability of it, where it's not random, right? You're not opening a booster pack,
Right.
But this makes me think of like Skylanders.
I was just
going
to say Skylanders.
Yes,
Sorry, I
yes.
said it first.
You did. Space Kraken. No, you're right. This definitely. I was thinking that same thing. It looks
Or
good.
like what's the Nintendo ones?
the Amiibos.
The Amiibos. They look
I
like
said
Amiibos.
it first, Roy. Yeah, they do.
my word.
I thought of it first. That's my hat.
All right, let's jump to non-board game stuff. And then I'm letting people vote after the non-board game stuff because you might vote for that stuff.
Okay.
Oh, is there something, Roy?
No.
All right. Mezmoglobbe, nano-optical illusion kinetic toys. I got to show the video
Check
here.
this out.
Oh! And then
That just blew out of your
later
that just
in
blew
the
out Roy's
video,
ears.
later in the video, I don't even know why I didn't think about this. They have it so that you can have two of them sitting there next to each other, and then you spin one and touch it to the other ones, and then they all spin.
How's that work?
You'd have to go farther in the video.
Well,
No, but what do you mean?
All right, well, let's-
explain it to me.
No, this is doing really well because this is
Yeah.
one of those corporate things that you would have on your desk, a toy. And I like how it looks.
I think it looks
I
great.
tend to be attracted to these high-tech metal things that smoothly spin, but I can't. I almost bought one personally, and I looked at the price, and I was like,
That's the issue. These
It's
are
going to
like-
spin,
You like
and then I'm
that? You
done.
like that aircraft grade aluminum? That's the
Yeah.
thing. Or if you're really cool, aluminium.
Yes. I mean, this is like
I don't know which one I would get. I don't know if I like the cone.
Watch. Oh! See that?
How's that work? I don't understand.
It's magnets.
Okay.
Look, this is like high-class fidget spinners, right?
Yes, that's what this is. It's a fidget spinner for rich people.
Yeah, it's neat looking, but it's,
I call it rigid spinning. Rich it spinning. You know what I mean.
Oof. Look at those camera
Look at
tricks,
that. That's
too.
amazing. Mezmoglobbe.
All right.
I'm
Nano.
Mezmoglobed right now.
Designed by Mezmoglobbe.
Here we
Now
go.
with extra Mezmo.
The Phasma,
Oh.
a soundproof mask for gaming. I love the concept of this.
Yeah.
This is so great. You
Well,
have a
you got to
kid.
show the beginning of the video. Yeah.
This part, I was like, really?
Right.
This is great.
How
right
many
here.
times has this happened to you?
Why would you do that, Stevie? No, you're supposed to flank left.
Here we go. Here we go.
You're supposed to be flanking
There
left.
we go. Yeah.
Your wife is pregnant.
Sure.
Okay.
Snack all. What?
Yeah, but okay.
That's
I can
fantastic.
actually see a few people wanting this. You have the kid who's really loud.
No, this is not a bad idea.
You make him wear a mask, and you can be as loud as you want. Then.
Yeah, well, maybe that was being too. When I said it's not a bad idea, I'm not sure that's true. But I do think that there is a market for this. Obviously, it's made enough to fund, barely. It shows about 75 layers in this mask. I know. And so I'm a little concerned on
that.
how you actually.
The purple layer.
Right.
I think this is good for.
I think it's good for
Does it
2-minute
stop
gaming
COVID
sessions.
too? Is it like?
No.
I think if your game is longer than 2 minutes, you're going to die. But otherwise, it has some interesting ideas behind
You
it.
quick put it on. You're like, I'm so excited. Hang on. Put it on.
Also,
know.
you can go into space with this mask as well.
How do you eat though? Don't you eat when you're gaming?
There's a little pocket in the side.
No,
you
these
can
guys
feed
when they're
food
gaming,
through
they're
this.
eating and they're drinking. You can't do that.
No,
with
you
this
can't
mask.
take your hand off the controller for this kind of gaming.
All right,
The thing
whatever.
about it is, this
I
is
really like this
marketed.
pantomiming for eating and drinking. You're eating and you're drinking.
I flash this.
I know. It's like,
I don't know how you eat,
Sorry.
Tom, but I think that
You know
I
how
have to
eat.
say,
that's true.
the thing about this product is that it's for people that I would hate to game against. You know what I mean? So it's
true.
like,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
own one of these, I'll probably avoid you online.
Send me a quick picture of you gave me right now. Here's a mask.
Are you Bane?
Let's move on. I like to say they're getting better, but okay, this one cracks me up. It's a Queen Pea, a Queen promotion piece, an EDC container and fidget toy, also known as the new way for chess players to smuggle drugs.
Right, it's a hollow chess piece.
Doesn't this look like it's a spy piece of equipment? And they're making it sound like, oh, this is so that you can play chess, but also take your daily pills.
Correct. I just don't understand.
Put emergency money in your chess set. It's like,
No, I don't.
what if you forget your chess set?
Right,
I'm so
right.
confused. I mean,
We have no money for a taxi.
Right.
Wait!
What if this is such a nice-looking chess set?
Give me
Maybe
the
someone's
queen.
going to steal that, and now you've got $45,000 hidden
that you'll
inside that chess
never
set.
find.
You're
also.
never getting it back.
that person will never open it. You know what I mean?
Also, so you see that Sheen Stealth
Yeah,
champagne?
yeah.
Shouldn't you make them look
Different?
less good? No. These should be like garbage-looking pawns.
Right.
If
So
you're
that no
trying
one
to
steals
hide
them.
Trying to
them,
hide stuff in it, yeah.
I think they're going for this very strange. It's a container. It's a celebration of chess.
Right.
It is something to fidget with.
Don't
Fine. I
don't
like all of those things.
Put your sriracha.
Do not do that.
How would you drink out of a chess piece, Tom? Show us how you would drink out of a chess piece.
Oh, yeah, screw it off and slowly put up.
Yeah,
Shut up, Mike.
No.
Right in the eye. What?
I like that.
It just seems like a weird concept. I
It's-
don't know who this is for, but I would have buried the whole, it can be a second queen.
Right.
Like, who cares about that part? We
know.
have complete chess sets, okay?
What
No one's missing like a queen and going
No,
to
no,
you.
no. Now, some
You need
chess
to sell
sets come
this.
with an extra queen, so when you promote,
See, what this
No,
project
but-
should have been, you're familiar with the Russian nesting dolls, right?
Yeah.
You should have one huge chess piece.
Okay.
with your
You
luggage
open it
inside,
up, you take it out, it's another chess piece. You open that one up,
There's
it's
a
another
chess-
chess piece.
No, there's gotta be a
Eventually
chess
becomes
set
an
in there.
entire set.
Yes, and the queen is like
Is the-
gigantic.
yeah, right. Everything's
then the
contained
king's slightly
inside.
smaller.
Yes.
The pawns are.
let's move to Mike's favorite project
This is the
of the
best
week.
press project we've covered ever.
All right. So what this is, and again, it's making 54,000. It's a jacket that inflates on impact, so we'll protect.
No,
it.
before impact time, otherwise it's useless.
Ideally before.
Okay,
Right.
well, I wondered about it. Where I got to find it. Down here, there's a video. There we
Yes.
go. Test by a stuntman.
Okay, yes.
All right. Did you guys watch this
did
particular
not
video?
watch
Oh,
this.
I watched it, Tom.
This is Benjamin.
Make no mistake.
Stuntman tested our airbag jacket.
All right, here we go.
He's like, all right, I'm going to
As
go
you
ahead
hit
and
the
ride
ground,
out, and then I'm
you
going to
feel
fall.
the jacket. Boom! This is fantastic. Yes. So,
Also, he lands quite well,
he
of course.
does, yes.
If you don't land exactly like that, but you're lying on
Yeah,
like
yeah.
your tailbone,
Yeah.
you're done.
Let me tell you.
They make pants.
That's coming out. Pants that go boof.
You know what this jacket's going to do for you if you face plant into a light post?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, okay, but it's not a terrible idea.
I think it's
or
a
anything.
pretty cool idea.
Here's my biggest issue with it.
Yes. Where's the rest of the outfit
well, no,
that
not only-
expands? Where's my sumo suit?
There is
like
that.
the ones they have
Where's
for
my
Halloween.
sumo suit?
The beginning video, which is 4.5 minutes long, right? I'm thinking this is awesome. I'm going to have 4 minutes of people just wrecking on bikes.
I know.
This is going to be
promised
4
something.
minutes of carnage, right? 3.5 minutes in, they show you this thing, and that's it. That's the only vehicular
No, I
carnage
want to watch
you're
this
getting.
again. This is great.
Oh!
That's a dummy, though, right?
It's
Yes.
definitely a dummy.
Well,
yeah.
I think at some point you have to. I want to know where they got that cool car
Look,
that
and,
pushes
and look,
the bike.
And look what this
Oh, it's
camera's
just a
doing to this.
rig
Look what
on
this
top
camera's
of
doing
the-
to his face. That camera's not helping your face. You're still getting wrecked.
Wait. It's okay for us to laugh at the dummy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, this is fantastic. It's also
is cool.
over $500.
Yeah, let's look here. So the jacket, you can get a cheap one for $139, but that's just the jacket.
Just a jacket, no airbag.
What's the point? Why would they even sell that?
Exactly.
That's like selling me the chess piece, but you forgot to bore out the hole.
Also, I'm
you know
telling
what I mean? It's like I can't put
Wait.
anything in it.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
so it's 534. They've had 35 people back it.
Uh-huh.
Wait, it needs a charger cable?
Yo, it needs a
Hang
charge.
on, I can't
It also-
leave yet. Can I charge my
But it
vest?
doesn't do anything.
It also has
I
a
thought.
massive gas canister in the jacket as well.
Are you serious or not?
Oh, I'm serious.
Well, you
yeah.
gotta, that air needs to come from somewhere.
So what if you want to take that on an airplane?
You're not.
It's not happening.
Well, if the airplane's in a crash, though,
That's what I'm saying.
We're sitting there,
I would
they're
think
like, the
you'd want
plane's
that,
going
didn't
down.
You're like, I got this.
There's your power button. There's your power button.
I'm sure I'm
I got you,
fine.
Z.
I'll be fine. I am Groot. We are Groot now. Hold my jacket.
All right.
There's that.
All right, I'm going to actually...
You definitely look like you're
Roy,
about to
pull
commit
off for a
something
second.
awful. Doesn't it?
It does.
Yes,
Okay.
all
Yeah, if
right.
you open up your jacket and you're going, tuk, tuk, you're about to get tackled
You
by a cop.
are going to get
All right, folks, it's time to vote on your pick of the week. All right, while you're going your pick of the week, let's look at the last week we're going to look at this. Fingerbot!
Fingerbot, fingerbot,
We're
fingerbot.
still looking at
Fingerbot Plus.
Fingerbot.
Hey,
201 grand.
how much of this money have they made because we talked about it so much? You think they were sponsoring the show?
$600.
They're not.
I want a fingerbot that just makes it rain. Just dollar bills floating through the air. Fingerbot Plus.
Mike.
This one only pushes, right? It does this.
It pushes, but you have little adapters that you can turn it into, like it'll do a light.
Yeah,
switch.
can we have one that goes like that?
Yeah, for money. Yeah.
No,
For
pitch car.
flicking.
I can play pitch car.
Or for pitch car?
Me versus Fingerbot. Come on, you
Oh,
piece of trash.
That needs to happen.
It would
That's
beat me.
good.
It would beat me.
Finger flick. Flick.
Stop.
bot.
Stop.
I'm gonna stop.
Oh yeah, let's not.
Too many ads
All
in
right,
there
Mike,
for
what's your pick of the week?
Man, this was a tough week for me.
I already got it for
that.
you.
Here, check it out, Mike.
Yeah,
Right here, baby. Whoops.
Yeah, the jacket
That's
is
the one.
clearly no. I think I'm going to go with the Keystone. I'm going to go with the Keystone. I was really wavering between that and the Buru game. Looked really good too.
There's a lot of good-looking projects this
Yeah.
week. We'll just say that.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Keystone mostly because of I'm looking forward to playing it as a solo game with others as well. But I think it looks like it could be a great solo game.
All right. What do you got, Z? Was it the same thing?
No,
he wasn't as interested in this
I was
one.
split between two, but I'm going with that Adele game.
Oh,
actually,
okay.
the very first one. Mm-hmm. Because I'm really hoping it's good. It's coming soon too, which
Yeah.
I'm excited about. But yeah, I like the artwork
What else
in
has
this.
DMZ made?
They're a Spanish company.
I know I've seen that logo before.
They've made these tiny little games. This is my one reservation about this. They haven't really made a game that I've thought this is a good game. They've made some okay games.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this is the one. It's got the look and the vibe tells me that this might be the one, but I don't know. My other one would have been the robot one, but
Well,
I was thinking about that
That's
too.
mine.
Yeah, I'm glad you picked it then.
I love this robot
it
thing.
looks great. Yeah.
It's.
Robot Quest Arena.
I am so on board with toy factors and games that look like toys, not massive little Cthulhus.
Well, I heard you can open up the robots and keep your pills in them.
That's right. It's also a great
They
video.
also have an airbag if they crash, so we're protected.
Yeah. This is a really good looking project.
So cute.
It
I mean,
really
come
is.
on.
It's just actually Pokemon with robots, right?
Yeah, pretty much, but it looks really
Robomon.
good. Robomon. I'm going to catch them
All
all.
right, let's jump here and take a
going
look.
to
What do you
eat
think the
them
people
all.
picked?
What do we
Let's see.
got?
Let me look through the list here.
Keystone.
Maybe.
That's what my
Keystone.
thought was, Keystone.
Maybe Keystone.
I'm saying key.
Maybe Buru too, though.
Or Flex NBA.
Fingerbot. Fingerbot.
Guys.
Fingerbot. So really, Robot Quest.
I love it. 21%.
Wow.
Fingerbot.
And then Space Kraken too.
Well, no, but they were. I let people vote for more than one. So
Okay.
I like
all right,
it.
So
I
Robot
like
Quest
it.
is barely beating Space Kraken,
Yeah.
which is barely beating Keystone. That's a pretty.
Yeah. Pilfering
Close.
Pandas is up there pretty good too.
And we picked some of the top ones.
Wait,
Yeah,
let's
we
look at the
will.
ones. No one voted for Flex NBA,
Sure.
Proliferation, or Quest.
Yeah.
No one picked your jacket. Where's the jacket anyway? Did I miss?
Did you
There it
put
is.
the jacket in there?
Six.
That's right.
6 votes.
$500.
That's hilarious. All right, so I guess the people's choice of the week. Here we go.
Fingerbot. Fingerbot does whatever a Fingerbot does. Bang, bang, bang.
Although
Fingerbot.
for project purposes, if wise wizards, you can use this one. You can say it's a people's choice.
There you go.
Now, Fingerbot, if you put people's choice up on your website, we want to know about that.
That is correct.
That'd be hilarious.
Great if they were like, oh, we found this website. They do board game stuff, but they liked our.
love
Yeah,
our
that'd be
finger.
great.
That would be good. Yes.
I did tell you guys I ordered one, right?
I assume
Did you
you
actually do
had.
it?
No,
ordered
not
some-
not the Fingerbot Plus.
Oh, the original Fingerbot.
You can just order original.
You got the
Fingerbot.
regular Fingerbot? Nobody goes for the regular Fingerbot. What is this, the Middle Ages?
Oh my goodness, come on now.
Fingerbot Plus, Tom.
I expect more
now
from
with
that.
extra finger.
It's not the Middle Ages. Anyway,
Oh, see what you did there.
I got that.
let's
You're a savage
Naughty.
beast.
You're naughty.
let's let's close it up here. Hey, folks, thanks so much for watching. This is our last live thing today. We'll be back tomorrow with Board Game Breakfast. Mr. Bonacor can't make it, so special guest. Tune in to see who it is. Until then, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Mike DeLisio.
Have fun crashing on your bike.
Yeah.